I think this is my second or third one I've done.
Oh, yeah, y'all are pros then. And we're live with your Savannah Kickball Open Pillow Talk podcast. I'm Sybil. I'm your host, here with two hot mamas coming in town for Savannah. We got Chevy of All In and Ashley of Ish. Really exciting transitions. We're going to go ahead and get right to it. It's a small squad tonight. We've got a lot of ground to cover. So ladies, for your introductions today, I want to hear your name, what team you're playing with, the best piece of advice you've ever received, and then your best kickball advice you've ever received. So best advice in life, best advice in kickball. And then we're bringing back friend matchmaker. I want to know who you're dying to meet and be friends with. Bonus points if they're going to be in Savannah. So Ashley, we're going to go ahead and start with you.
All right, my name is Ashley. I now play with Ish. And let's see, the best advice I ever got in life was probably from my mom when she said, "I love you, don't fuck up." And it worked. Well, so far so good. Let's see, in kickball, communication. Communication, if you don't have it, oh well, you're probably not going to win.
And your favorite part, the friend matchmaker.
So I asked Jimmy about this, and he said I needed to be friends with the redhead from Flying V, Daniel Bartholomew. So we'll see how this goes. I'll be out searching for you.
Did you get to hear anything good about Daniel Bartholomew that led you to this decision?
Just that he's the ginger from Flying V.
Wow. All right.
That's all I heard.
Bar really high. Ashley, will you show us an up-close shot of your shirt since it's pretty phenomenal?
Yes.
So good.
I love it.
So that is Allie in her Halloween costume, if anyone's wondering.
Was she like the Cheshire Cat?
She is dressed like the cat from Alice in Wonderland.
Nice. Good choice, Allie. We support you. All right, Kev, take us away. Name team you're playing with, best piece of life advice, best piece of kickball advice, and then the friend you are so excited to meet or be friends with.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I am Chevy. I am reemerging as a member of All In. And my best advice in life is very important to have short-term memory loss. And advice on the field. It's very important to have short-term memory loss. And my friend in my head, who I haven't quite had a conversation with yet, but Ashley, I'm lying. I told her this, and this is why I want her to be my friend. My first time seeing Stephanie from the Union play, she like kicked the shit out the ball, like to the moon almost. And I'm like, how are you that petite and you can kick the hell out the ball like that? Like, I suffer too from like not being, I'm thinking in my head, but not in real life. So I'm like, show me how to kick the ball like that. So I need her to be my friend so I can figure this thing out.
What did you say her name was?
Stephanie from the Union.
A little bit.
Like, little
bit.
Yes, I love her.
Small package, a lot of power.
Yes, I love it.
Such a good person. Such a good person. Love her.
She has an awesome.
That's a really, really good place.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
She's also spent a ton of time in Savannah. She helped curate our social event list. So if you're gonna pick someone to buddy up with in Savannah, I don't think there's a better choice out there for you, actually.
I think I'll shoot my
shot. All right. Yeah, shoot a shot. Well, I'm Sybil. I'm not going to be playing women's, very sadly, but I will be playing women's in Dallas for the first time in 3 tournaments. So I'm very excited. Best piece of advice I've ever been given is, well, it's not as much advice as it is like a good thing to keep in the back of your head, but comparison is the thief of joy. Let it like kind of stew for a second, because if you think about it, you're constantly comparing someone else's successes to where you're at in life. It just won't bring you any happiness. So been really good. I've used it in a lot of like recent situations, and it's been good advice, good anecdote. In kickball, boobs over ball, man. Like tuck your titties, kick the ball, get a line drive every time. Friend matchmaker. So I was gonna pick Zach and Cam, who are two very gracious gentlemen, driving me from Atlanta to Savannah tomorrow. But I was chatting with my good friend Scott Ray, and he says Donald Bullock is not one to miss. When I asked him what was so awesome about Donald, he said he's a hockey player, does a TV commercial as a car salesman, Donald the Duck. And I don't 100% follow that. I know what that means, but I'm sold. And Donald, I'll be looking for you. I can't wait to meet you.
That's awesome.
We all want to meet Donald. I think we had a good group of people we picked this time. Cool. We're gonna get right into it. So this is a pain point probably for Ashley, who experienced this fairly recently. And maybe it was something that worked well for Chevy, but I want to talk about transfers. This is obviously like kind of a spicy topic in Circuit Kickball Talk and on the field. And I don't know how helpful it is or what kind of discussion we can have and discourse to be productive and have good discussion about it. But I kind of wanted to get y'all's opinion on the transfer process. What factors do you think are working, and what factors do you think are not working? So Ashley, we're going to go ahead and start with you.
So, ring. No, so my situation was different. The last women's team I played on was Lip Service in 2016. Took a year off, did some availables, and then I was going to come back and play on Raging Cheetahs, but I tore my ACL, MCL, and so I ended up just helping out and just being a coach for them, non-playing coach. And then when I went to do my transfer to Ish, they wouldn't tie me to Lip Service and said, no, I have to be tied to Raging Cheetahs. And so I figured after talking to staff and telling them, well, if you're going to do that, you're going to open up a hole for everybody, because I don't know how. I mean, I might as well go be a non-playing coach for Mount High Club and transfer. Like, nope, I get to be with them. That's what you did before. So it's going to open a loophole if they continue it, but I don't know why they haven't changed it yet. So we'll see what happens. But there's a bunch of other stuff along with that to see if I even count as a transfer. I know there's other teams out there who have received players who have played less 2 years. The last time was the last time they played, and they didn't count as a transfer. And the last time I played on an established team was 3 years. So we'll see what happens. I definitely think some rules need to be looked at when it comes to that, most of all for players who haven't played in a while. What exactly, how that will go on. Are they actually going to, once you've played, always going to be a transfer no matter what? Or if you haven't played for so many years, then are you considered a free transfer or what? So there's some things that definitely need to get looked at and adjusted.
Yeah, totally. Is there, obviously those are things that aren't working. Do you think there's anything about the process that's successful right now?
So I really like that they, in the post so on their page for the transfer tracker, how you can see when it was submitted and they're doing the whole update. So that's nice. So you're not just sitting there staring at a blank page. I think probably a lot of where transfers, they get stuck on hold for a while is because they're not getting everything. And I feel like before you're trying to do it, go ahead and get all your information beforehand, because then you get people, oh, why isn't it being looked at yet? Well, why don't you go ahead and get everything done? And then and then it's just I don't know. It's kind of entertaining watching people bitch about shit. And it's like, well, one, tell the truth about everything. Don't leave anything out. Because anybody in this league, I don't care what people say, they will throw you under the bus and say, that's not happening. So everyone wants to win. So you can't tell me people aren't going to be like, no. So
No,
But people are like that.
That's a great point. Doing your homework and being prepared is really smart. You're going into a situation where the odds aren't necessarily in your favor. Not out of bias or anything, but just because so many people have taken advantage of this system that it's led them to be a little skeptical, a little cynical. And I think those who put in the effort and illustrate really good points, I'd like to think the system favors them. I haven't personally had any qualms with the transfer system, but I've heard cases, of course, and I want it to be a system that's successful for everybody that deserves it. You know, like you deserve to play the women's team. You want your team is gold, and you helped out another team. Everything should go the way you need it to.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Cool. All right, Miss Chev, having just survived a transfer. Tell us a little bit about the system, what you think works, what you think doesn't work.
The system has been good to me.
I bet.
I mean, originally, I was on All In, so I had to transfer up to VJs. And so, like, kind of piggybacking off what Ashley said about getting your information together, I just made sure I had all my information together. And it's important also to speak with the captains of both teams, the team you're leaving and the team you're going to, so everybody's on the same page, because it'll help facilitate a smoother process. So that would be a little bit of advice I would give. And that is also kind of what I would say would work in terms of making your transfer successful. And don't wait to the last minute. Like, you can't complain about a transfer not going through and you got to be ready for a tournament and you need an answer, but you submitted a week or two before the tournament. Like, I made sure I submitted my transfer well enough time, and it might have took maybe 2 or 3 weeks to get a response. So I think you get the information in early, get all the captains on the same page, and then the system will work in your favor as long as it's not in shape.
Aren't yours?
And be thorough. Be thorough. Don't leave anything out. And when they send you a follow-up email, respond to it. Like, don't wait. Don't let it get lost in your spam. And then you're setting yourself up for failure. What I will say is I have been hearing a lot of horror stories about the turnaround time, but I think it might be due primarily to maybe an influx of a lot of transfers being submitted. And then maybe also not getting responses from the other parties, like the other captains. So I would say that. And then just kind of also picking back on something else Ashley mentioned, I think it's important that if a team has disbanded or they're no longer playing on the circuit, those players should not have to be tied to that team any longer, because they're kind of like floating around out there. And if a player decides to sit out for like a couple years, I think there should be some type of time frame to where they're tied to their last team as well. So I don't know if that answered the question, but
I thought that was a great answer. Hi, Jimmy.
Waving at you.
Great. Awesome. That's awesome insight, ladies. Thank you. So since if things ran under our rule, everything would be perfect. Let's keep on. What adjustments? This has been another hot topic. What adjustments would you make to the available structure if you think it's problematic? So admin popped in, which I think was great, to get some more perspective from people and just kind of pick their brains and be like, hey, we're listening. We want to fix it. What are your pain points? What's the problems here with these available teams and these super available teams? And there's some buzz that there are going to be some structural changes with it. So I guess, in your opinion, is it problematic? And if so, what would you do differently? And Ashley, we'll start with you.
So my biggest thing I don't like with the availables team structure is that I'm top 15 female, and it's hard for me to try to find a team. Half the time, if I want to be on a team, I either have to make it, for example, New Orleans, or Jimmy has to make the team so I can be on the team, because it's just everyone wants Becca, or they want Fizback, or they want Tara more than anybody, or even Nicole. And so it's hard for, hey, I play, I can still catch. But it's just people rather other people. So I don't like it for co-ed. Last year I played for women's. It was whatever. I'm not ranked in the top, but I just don't like it for co-ed because it's so hard for me to find a team. And I told Jimmy, like, I don't want you to not play on a team if I can't play on it, because we're not going to be that couple where you can't play if I can't play. So not doing that. And I know there are people out there who are like that, not doing it. So I wish that would change.
So what do you propose doing differently? Like what rules could be in place so that the integrity is there, limiting these stud players, stud stacking, but something that's more reasonable and able to acquiesce what you're looking for?
I would take the 4 top 15 guys on a team, and then I wouldn't have girls count, because I know I don't have the information anymore, but when that first took effect, I went back the past 2 years and looked, and there was more girls from top 15 who played on availables and traveled and played on teams than anybody else. And it's like you're cutting that down. So it gets hard. You have 6 availables teams. If they're doing 4 top 15 guys, you're only having 6 girls from top 15 who can play. So, there's been a couple tournaments. I told him, I was like, I'll just watch. I won't be on a team because it's too late for me to find a team. Last year in West Palm, I was on my team twice, and then I finally got to play because there was finally room again. But I was prepared to having to sit on the sidelines. There was no one else had room for another top 15 girl.
Great. Good points.
And I don't care what team I play on. I'll play on a team that's not favorable. If I'm not able to play with Jimmy, I just want to play on a team. I don't care. But half the time it's already taken. No, I'm not. Jimmy whispered locomotion too.
All aboard.
No.
Chev, how about you? What are your thoughts on the available teams and the structures?
Oh gosh. So this year was like my first real experience with available teams and how it came to be. My team, Flying V, my former team, we were supposed to go to West Palm Beach, and apparently quite a few of our girls had previously committed to playing in West Palm with some of their friends, and we didn't have enough to go. So we ended up having to sit out as an established team. And I was like, I don't want to sit out. I made plans to go. So I created my own team, Palm That Beach. And I found it difficult in terms of like only being able to have a certain amount of ladies in the top 10 on the roster, and then trying to fill up my team, because a lot of times people that are in the top, their team will be playing. So I don't know. I found that a little difficult, but I went and played, finishing Final Four, and I was like, this was really fun. So me and Jordan collaborated and did it again for Las Vegas, and we won. So I found it very fun to like play with new people and people I probably wouldn't have met otherwise on the field, like as a teammate. I thought that was really cool to have the opportunity. So I like availables for that reason. It kind of opened me up to a new world. If my team isn't going somewhere, I can try it. But I think what would be a really cool idea, and I don't know if this would be like technologically feasible, but if there's like a draft, like an availables draft, to where the captains go in on a certain day, everybody have to register by a certain deadline. The captains go in and they can, if the players are registered by their position, and then they pull certain players, and then after that it's done. So it's kind of like a pool for all, and you pick your team from there, and then you're done with it. I think that would be like a really fun idea. I don't know how it fleshed it out in terms of like getting on the screen, but
they did that actually. They did that in the Walker Regional down in South Florida this year.
How did it work?
For co-ed. Jimmy, how'd you like that? They I think it was Jimmy and Rail who did their teams, and they separated everybody. I think, did they rank them too? No, yeah. So they just separated everybody on like what's your main position, and then if you play the second position, they would like mark it by your name. But they went back and forth on who picked, and they filled their rosters out. But they had a blast, and Rail's team ended up winning, so they really liked it. They enjoyed it.
I think that would be dope. And even if you add in the rankings, you know, it's a little asterisk by the person's name if they're a top whatever player, 10 if you're 15 if you're co-ed, and then just go from there. And once you get your what is the minimum that you can have or the maximum you can have in terms of like the rankings, then everybody else just to fill in. Not that they're filling, but you know, fill up your roster.
Yeah.
I think that would be really dope, and it would be fun, and it takes some of the pressure off of trying to find people and posting on the chat like, "Hey, anybody want to play? Hey, come pick me. Look at me, hot stuff here." You know, just go into the draft and pick your team. I think that would be cool.
Yep.
There's been some talk of possibly having a full draft tournament. So no established teams, only Kickball 365 draft tournament. I think that would be so fun, you know, because you'll get drafted strategically, and it'd be cool. I don't know if it's like in definite operation right now, but it's definitely been something that's discussed. Some people just kind of wary, like, I don't know if I want to pay all this money to travel to this place and not even be sure if this is the right team for me. But
that's true.
It would be fun. It'd be interesting. All right, cool. Yeah, my qualm with availables is I am a top 10 lady because of Lanyap, but I can't play any critical positions. You know, I'm an outfielder and I'm a second string first baseman and I can't bunt. So I'm good at what I can bring to the table, but it would be very foolish for a women's team to use one of their 5 spots on me. And that's fine. I'm perfectly secure with how I feel, but it's a bummer because I really want to play lots of tournaments, and Lanyap doesn't travel a whole lot, but it's kind of debilitating because I'm not as valuable in an available spot. So I've thought about it. I thought it might be kind of cool if you were ranked by your position. So if every charger in women's or co-ed was like given a ranking 1 through blah, 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 and then the rankings were set that you can only have so many top whatever of those positions. That way you can kind of open it up for the rest of the people who really just genuinely want to play ball. You know, they're not trying to like stack a team and swoop trophy. Obviously, that's what everyone wants to do, but well, all right, cool. Good points.
Well, first of all, before you move on, I just want to tell you I would pick you any day.
Shit, girl, you mean
that? Out of my heart.
Sybil just fell in love.
Oh, no, not just. I love Chevy. I love her so much.
Hugs on sight.
I know. I'm gonna hug both of you like so many times. All right. So let's play our game. I don't know how this is gonna go because normally when I play this game, I'm like pretty trash and I throw out some real zingers, but I think we can figure it out. Wait, y'all want to give it a go? If it sucks, we'll just stop playing.
Okay.
All right. 5 fingers up.
Oh, no.
You're fine. All right. So we're going to play Never Have I Ever. All right. Y'all put your hands closer to your face so we can see on your little preview box.
My hand.
All right. I know. This is like the Ganon.
I have like man hands. So if I put my hand too close to my face, you won't be able to see me.
Actually, my nails are still rainbow from the skate tournament I did.
Those are awesome.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna go first. This is my zinger. So like fingers are going down. I can feel it. Never have I ever seen an episode of South Park. Yeah, suckers.
Okay.
All right, Ashley, your turn.
Let's see here. Never have I ever been on a cruise.
Oh, what?
I know, right?
Oh, Chevy's going down. Chevy wouldn't win even if we were playing the like PG-13 game. She was definitely the game.
Right.
All right, Chev, your turn.
Oh man, it got to me so quickly. Never have I ever worn nails playing kickball.
Oh,
Done what?
Worn like fake nails playing kickball.
Oh, fuck. All right. Never have I ever worn contacts, either for style or for corrective eyesight.
I'm blind as hell, Sybil. Come on.
Sorry. All right, Ashley.
It's kind of hard.
I know. I mean, you can bust out the big guns if you want to.
You don't have
No.
to. Come on, no. Good.
We could also team up and target Chevy so we get her out.
I feel like if I do that, it's gonna like backlash on me. I'm gonna end up out.
Every lady for herself here.
Oh shit. Okay. Let's see here. Never have I ever broken a bone.
What? Chevy.
Dislocated, but I haven't broken.
Oh, you bitch.
I don't break. My turn?
Yep.
Never have I ever played co-ed on the circuit.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
That's just rude.
Coming for blood. I can do this finger instead. All right. Never have I ever won a circuit championship. Ooh!
Wait, no, the last. Oh wait, no, circuit.
Yeah, I've never won a belt.
ACC? Oh no,
Oh man, that was
I won
good.
tournaments, but not CCC.
Oh no, tournament. I haven't won any belts.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't so many on this point.
Oh, fuck you, Chevy. All right. Ashley, decide who you like the best and then kill the other one.
All right. Well, I know what I could do that would knock you out. But
Get her, Ashley. Get her.
I could be double
Might
here right
be on my own podcast.
now. Let's see. Trying to think. Dang, that's another one. I'm trying not to specifically pick on you, Sybil.
You know what? I will not apologize for having lived such a full life.
Well, I'm going to say this. After that comment, you'll probably laugh. Never have I ever wore a skirt before.
Ah!
You lived a very full life.
Ashley. Hey, that was classic because she's trying to make everybody wear.
I'm sorry that I look so adorable and approachable.
I was going to say never have I ever dressed up for cosplay, but you're seven. I got it because I used to have two roommates who would dress up for all that, and one of them goes and he DJs at all the cosplays, like the big ones. He is single and he's British.
Ash, take care of your friend.
I'll send it to you right now.
All right, so I'm in my DMs.
I will.
All right, good game. Like, I thought I was like up ahead, but whatever. All right. I'll bring you both skirts to wear. I got that.
I got a big old butt, so I need a good size one.
Yeah. All right, I'll bring my like juicy booty sizing for you.
Hey,
I'll even pop it for you.
Yay. You know, I think I've told at least one of you this, maybe both of you, because you know how I am about my sports, but I persuaded Brick so hard to get squirts offered for KBS. So we can do 100% full sublimated squirts. However, I had to tell him everyone's going to want them. And not a single soul until I went to Gay Kickball USA and all the teens loved it. They were like, get us the shorts. So everyone in Gay Kickball, we're going to develop man sizing for the compression shorts under the shorts. And it's like taking off. So I don't want to say like I'm a trendsetter, but.
Jimmy, would you wear one?
Run, Jimmy.
He said man's sport isn't for him.
Darnell wore one, and he said it made him a great pitcher.
Oh, man.
It might help you. No?
Rally squirt.
Now you won't respond to me. You.
Smart man.
They want you to test out, what if it was a locomotion man squirt? Even worse.
Oh, man.
No. You know what? I'm going
to Adam.
It out on the field.
Adam Szymanski would do it.
I hope Adam Szymanski would do that. He knows how to party.
He would.
All right. We'll develop one for Adam Szymanski. When's Locomotion 2 happening?
It's in the works.
Sweet. All right. I'm putting in my early interest. No ranking attached here. So availables wise, good to go. Chevy doesn't have one either. She's never tried. It's perfect.
It's okay. It's okay. You can forget about me. I won't take it personally, I promise. Oh man.
All right, let's keep on climbing. We're gonna go ahead and talk about some pools. So there are 3 of us and there are 3 pools, which is really exciting. Oh, thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome.
So we're gonna start with pool A, and it's gonna be Miss Chevy. And Chevy, what I want to hear from you, I want to hear. Shit, Chevy, you got the longest one. Sorry, girl.
Tell me about it.
We didn't mean to do you like that, but you're fine. You're eloquent in speech. So I want to hear about each of the teams, and then I want to hear which team you're most worried about playing, and which team do you think would be a dark horse. So you might kind of surprise everybody and do really well.
Let me see here. Let me just put out there. I did not do my due diligence, so I will be going off of just memory here. Of course, you said the team that we're afraid of playing. I'm afraid of playing. Was that the first question?
So go ahead and tell me a little bit about each team, and then tell me which matchup you're least looking forward to. Like, we don't want to play them, and then who might surprise people and be like, actually, this team was pretty good. Like, y'all were the dark horse, I think, of the Sin City tournament. Like, we hosted the podcast and no one had anything to say about y'all, and then you surprised everyone. My cat's here! Look at that chonk.
Aw, because we were some troublemakers in Sin City.
So identify the troublemakers in your pool if one exists.
Okay. So, of course, just to start out, I'm going to start with my team, All In. All In is a great veteran team. Circuit Cup champions from 2016, and this is their first appearance. This is our first appearance on the circuit this year. Well, I've been on the circuit. I've got 2 championships so far this year, but this is their first appearance and my first appearance with them. So we're looking forward to getting another championship, and I think all to do just that. We also have the Union in our pool. Oh, the Union. How I respect thee and hate thee at the same time.
One day.
One day, right. But the Union has a great group of ladies. You always see them poised and composed, and they're very skillful, and they execute. And, of course, they're number 1. So I wouldn't say I'm scared of any team, but if there's a team that I definitely want to play because I'm just that type of person, is them. And I cannot wait to see them at 12:15 on Sunday. And we're going to have a great time. Anywho, so then we got Raging Cheetahs. So Raging Cheetahs really surprised me. I played against them with my Palm That Beach available team. And they beat us. Like we looked up, and next thing you know, the game was over, and we was like, "What to do?" So, came to them, they brought it, and we were asleep. And I think given the right circumstances, they can definitely steal a game or two. Life coach. Oh, Jordan, I know you're watching this podcast. Hey, girl. That's my boo. Okay, so Lysa Pitts got some of my buddies from Troublemakers, and I'm fully anticipating that they're gonna come out the gate trying to bring it. Trying, no shade. So I'm expecting a great game. We play them first, so that's why I said that. But they're a great group of ladies, and I'm expecting them to bring it. Extreme Aces is a fairly new team from Atlanta. And I really like the fact that they keep showing up to these tournaments and they are willing to put in the work to get better and, just go through that growing process. So I think if they continue going, they could do some really good things. Wolfpack. So, of course, we have league teams here in Atlanta, and I actually played with Wolfpack here on a league team. So having played with them and kind of knowing what they have to offer, I think they'll probably do okay. They actually have one of my favorite catchers on their team. Shout out OG, and I'm expecting them to bring it in. That's actually my sleeper team, believe it or not. I think that given the right circumstances, they might upset a team or two. So not us because we're gonna go undefeated, but I was just gonna say be my sleeper team. So.
All right, good picks, good stuff. Ash, I'm sorry you're gonna have to follow that up. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about Pool B.
Go back to it. Let's see who's all in this pool.
I thought you were saying who's all in. I'm like, we're all in.
Y'all ain't nothing. I'm just kidding. No, I remember y'all when you guys first played, and then the second year you guys played. You guys were it was awesome that your first year that you guys won the whole thing. So it was
right.
It's always been good. I always tried to get your charger to come do availables, but it was something. I can't do this. I got in a car wreck or something. I'm like, damn it, just come. Just come play.
Let me tell you about the All In girls. We're family, so we don't really outsource.
Well, Boom and White Chocolate played on a team with me, so I enjoyed playing with those two. They were really nice. Let's see here. Okay, so we have Unleashed, Cinco de Meow, and and then let's see. Are we crossing over? Did we cross over? Who do we cross over? Oh, we're crossing over with VJs. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So Unleashed is going. Unleashed has always been good. I know, didn't they lose a couple players?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know one transferred to V.
3.
Did 3? Oh shit. Okay. All right. So it'll be interesting to see. Because I'm pretty sure they were key players too. So it'll be interesting to see what they still have. I'm sure they probably picked up new girls. So I'm excited to see what they have. I hope they're still bringing it. They're always fun to watch. Very go-getter, ready to play. So they never back down. So they're a great team to watch. Let's see. D Meow. They have a couple new girls on their team, but they do have a lot of vets on there. It looks like there's some Vegas girls and one girl I don't know where she's from, and they got some South Florida girls. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. And then Kamikaze, new team. It looks like a couple girls played on Extreme Aces, and I think one or two I saw played on Wolfpack in NOLA. So I'm not sure too much on that. I know, Chevy, said you played against them in a local league before, right?
Yeah, they've been showing up at a couple local tournaments, and
okay,
they're pretty solid. I like them. Another sleeper
all right.
team.
And then let's see, we have Flying VJs, and I mean, Flying VJs, they're always good. So no, I'm excited to play them again. It's been a long time since I've played against them, so I'm excited to get back in the game, see how everything goes. But yeah, I'll agree. I think the sleeper team, just because I know nothing, will be Kamikaze. But I'm also, I mean, some available teams that you don't think are going to be good, somehow they magically click and it happens. So I would go between those two, but definitely Kamikaze will be my biggest sleeper team.
Cool. I like that name. That's a good name.
I like it too. Now I just want to see what the Grizzlies are.
Yeah, same.
Grizzlies make the name.
Or like an actual Kamikaze. I think Kamikaze and I think Shots.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Shots. Yep.
Speaking of Shots, where's Shots Fired? What happened to them? Where'd they go? I haven't seen them in a while. Y'all know? Gone?
Oh, I don't know. I'm guessing, but I could be wrong.
I was just thinking about them the other day. I haven't heard anything about them. All right, so
They were so good.
yeah, they were good. They shouldn't have gone. Maybe they. I don't know.
I hope not. Maybe they're
come back. Shots Fired. We miss you. I have a bone to pick with you. I'd like to beat you one day.
needs redemption.
I do.
No, I hope they didn't disappear.
Yeah. All right. So I've got Flying VJs. I mean, fuck. They're a force to be reckoned with. Like, just great offense. Like, really good lights out defense. They crushed it in New Orleans. That was especially hurtful for me since it was my home tournament. And we didn't even get to play them. They were great. That's another team that I've played a few times and haven't beaten, and they're great. They're going to be a tough team to beat. A1D1, also a great team. Really solid. Such fast girls. They're not painting that line every time, but they're so damn fast it doesn't even matter. They're a little feisty sometimes, some of them, but they've really, from when I've started seeing them, they've really learned to channel some calm and some good sportsmanship, and I'm impressed. They impressed me in New Orleans as well. Beast Mode Barbies, I don't know if I've played. I've seen them quite a few times at tournaments, so they travel well. They've got solid numbers. I definitely don't think they're a team to sleep on. No Cap, I didn't know anything about. So I checked the roster and none of the names popped out at me, but Chevy told me kind of like a conglomeration of some former players who don't have a team anymore and they're doing for this tournament. So I would probably pick them to be my sleeper pick. And would I be in that pool? I wouldn't want to see the Flying DJs. They're close to home. They're coming off that win in New Orleans pretty recently. So I think they have a pretty good chance of taking it all. Except though, there's some really good teams in this tournament. So I think it's kind of anyone's game. Let's talk about top 4 finals and winner. Chev, we'll go ahead and start with you. Well, Chev, I already know who you're going to pick for the winner, but entertain us with the top 4 in a finals.
Top 4. So of course, All In. I would also put the Union in there. Unleashed. You cannot talk about a top 4 without the Unleashed group of ladies. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw in Flying VJs.
All right. Who is the final 2?
Final 2, us versus the Union.
All right, and I'm assuming y'all are taking it from the Union somehow?
Absolutely. We're coming fully staffed. We're going to be well rested, ready to go. Some fresh faces, revamping, all that. So
Good picks. All right, Ashley, what you got?
Okay, so I mean, obviously I'm going to put Ish as winning the whole thing.
Sure.
But I will go with, instead of not picking my team, I feel like a lot of people do that, Chevy.
I just tell the truth. I speak back.
Let's see here. I will go with Union. Let's see here. Flying VJs. I'll throw All In there. And then, okay, now I'm taking them out. No, I'll put them in there, and then I'm going to go between I know, right? I'll throw either A1D1 in there or Extreme Aces.
All right.
Extreme Aces has 5 pickups, and they're very solid pickups from Beast Mode, or not Beast Mode. Bombshells.
Bombshells. Wow. I didn't know they did
Yeah,
that.
they have 5 players from them on Extreme Aces, so it wouldn't surprise me. That's the yeah. Look at you over there running your mouth.
Oh,
I had to look at my paper like, what?
But I mean, the one thing with how this weather's going, right now, it's whoever's going to hold into that ball when it's raining and it's nasty and it's so much humidity going on. Because I was looking at it today. Who knows what it's changed since 6 this morning? Is that it's supposed to be thunderstorming until like 8, 9 in the morning, and then it's supposed to get sunny out. It's supposed to be like a high, I think I saw, of like in the 80s, and then it's supposed to, so it'll get hot again, and then it'll start drizzling again, and then it's going to get hot again. So we'll see who comes prepared for all that.
all right. Well, that was a rainy day.
Yeah, it's going to be a miserable long day.
Right.
Ooh. Spill the tea, girl. All right. Well, I think it's going to be a very interesting tournament. Good point about the rain. It's supposed to rain for co-ed too?
Yep. It's supposed to start tomorrow until Sunday. But like yesterday I checked and it was only supposed to be Friday. And then I checked this morning and it's saying Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So let's see what it's saying now.
Everyone bring your ponchos and your rain jackets.
Uh-huh. So it's still saying it's supposed to be raining. It's supposed to be a high of 86 and a low of 69 on Saturday. And then Sunday is a high of 85, low of 67.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be an interesting one.
It'll be fun.
It's going to be so fun. Capping off, I heard from many people when the dates and locations were released that Savannah was like the one to go to. People were really excited about the city of Savannah, and I'm pretty pumped. We've got some good events planned for y'all. The bar we're going to tomorrow has happy hour starting at like 8 in the morning. So you get in early, come have cheap drinks. The rest of the party will probably be there early evening. But I want to know what y'all are most looking forward to in Savannah. And so, Ashley, I'll let you answer that and finish off with any closing notes you have.
So I've been to Savannah a few times. I'm actually excited. We booked a pedal bar I cannot speak right now. A pedal bar crawl. So there's 15 of us on a bike or on this huge wraparound bike, and we get to bring drinks with us, and we're just going to different bars all throughout Savannah, and we get to stop, get off, grab a drink. We can bring our drink with us, play loud music, and so that'll be our nice little pre-game fun exploration time of Savannah before we find dinner and then meet up for the meet and greet.
Y'all are going to have so much fun. I was talking to someone who owns a fleet of them, and I wanted to make a pedal pub tour for the meet and greet, actually, but the numbers just weren't there. Like I did the reporting and no one was coming in on Thursday. And the people that were coming in on Friday, it was like too much of a mixed bag. And I was like, dude, that would be so fucking fun if we had like a whole fleet of like pubs and then like all kickball. Y'all are going to have a blast. It's such a great way to enjoy Savannah. Great pick.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Chev, what you got? What you excited about, girl?
Man, I'm looking at your things you put together right now. I think it'd be pretty cool to do this ride this mechanical bull Sunday after my legs are dead.
Yeah.
That place is so much fun.
Dude, I'm gonna kick all y'all's asses because I want to play on Sunday. This legs gonna be fresh.
I'm telling you right now, you have to put me on the bull, okay?
I'll put you on there and strap you in.
Appreciate it.
Got you, boo. All right, good deal. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me on Savannah Pillow Talk Podcast, and I will see all of you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right, bye, y'all.